This was the scene Sunday, the win at Phoenix. Joel Embiid, a sprained right hand. And because of that, he was doubtful last night and even this morning. So he came out tonight to warm up, and even though he did feel some discomfort while warming up, not enough to keep him out. He will be in the lineup tonight as the 76ers return off of a 3-2 5-game trip, looking for their first home win in more than a month. Their first meeting this season with the Spurs on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Power forward LaMarcus Aldridge has stood tall amidst a bunch of injuries for San Antonio. The Sixers game planning for him and his 22 points per game. Spraining his right hand late in that victory, trying to steal that pass. He was doubtful last night. He was doubtful this morning, but no question he is in the lineup tonight. And we are running tonight in the first of two between the Sixers and Spurs from Wells Fargo Center. Season with the miss.
It's amazing the parallels, the Spurs and what they're achieving, how they run their organization, and what the Sixers are aspiring to. Yet even on the floor, Mark, that little high-low, that's something the Sixers have attempted a number of times. The Spurs executing it nicely.
Bryn Forbes, his second year for Michigan State. Like DeJounte Murray, who he is playing with in the backcourt tonight, regular playing time after being a part-timer last year as a rookie. It's amazing how Greg Popovich and Molly alluded to this. Their system as Simmons misses inside. Their ability to plug in guys. There is Dario Saric, and there is Joel Embiid as the Sixers with several attempts before they finally turn garbage into goal. Taking note of Mark Jackson, the former NBA player, remarking during our pregame show as Covington drills the three, all cotton for Robert. Point. Very soon now, somebody's going to take a whack at it. There goes Simmons on the steal, and he's able to convert at the other end. Ben Simmons.
Tall Joel certainly doing that all the way out in the corner.
Simmons posting.
The court finds someone underneath.
Simmons and the Sixers here with a fresh 24. Redick dips in and gets two. J.J. Redick.
Best two-way player in the league. Another block.
Yep, by Embiid. That time victimizing Murray. Simmons has company. It is Saric who delivers two. San Antonio just 3 of 11 to start. The Sixers have been very aggressive on this end of the floor. They surround Gasol, only 4 to shoot. That's Forbes floating in 2. Bryn Forbes averaging just under 7 in about 19 minutes a game. But once again, along with DeJounte Murray, getting an opportunity to start. No Tony Parker, no Danny Green, no Kawhi Leonard, no Manu Ginobili. Back doors open for Robert Covington.
He wants to show that he's been able to put his organization in the direction he wants.
Simmons, and again the Sixers striking off their defense on the defensive end, but now they're missing their best scorer in Aldridge, who is forced to take a break. And once again, can't be overemphasized, the Spurs playing the second of back-to-back games. That is always an issue. But they got to the line a ton, and they only committed 8 turnovers. That's the way to do it on the road, especially when you're not shooting well.
And they got stops, too. They missed 11 in a row as Bertans hits another one. Fortunate that time. A couple of offensive rebounds by the Spurs. Extra possessions.
T.J. McConnell.
Who would make it a team rebound? You go get that yourself.
Were you the kind of guy who fought guys when a technical was called?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
J.J. Redick buries the three.
To end the player. Nice pass.
Yep, indeed, to Timotei Luwawu-Cabarrot. And he'll get one more at the line.
Was eavesdropping. Him and Tony Parker were chatting it up a little earlier. Their French was too fast for me to keep up.
I was just going to say, how much did you catch?
Too fast.
Bertans, the native of Latvia. So now it's like the golf swing where you have that swing thought. All right, get my legs under it. Here you go. It's for 3.
See?
There you go.
Yep.
Game interview, and it was a great gesture by his teammates to do that, keep them involved, including him. J.J. Redick drills the 3, and now the Sixers with their largest lead at 11. Skills of Pau Gasol from the high post, hitting DeJounte Murray. That ends in 8-0 Sixer advantage. Redick, beautifully delivered by T.J. McConnell on the cut.
Well,
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, he's not going to tolerate anybody putting on any airs in San Antonio. You're not bigger than the organization or any one individual. It's about the team. Now that institution has been closed down due to lack of funds.
Wow.
St. Anthony no longer exists.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's crushing. It's an institution in New Jersey.
Aggressive posture, but he misses after the post-up.
Interesting matchup between him and Anderson because Anderson possesses that.
Forbes, if he wants him, gives it up for a Saric three. Amir Johnson hauling it down. Jared Bayless for three, and down it goes for Jared Bayless. Coming in the second half as Forbes gives it up. Saric behind the back to Amir Johnson. Beautifully delivered by the homie. Aldridge, only his second bucket. He's got 6. Simmons, considerably short. Amir Johnson took it away from Davis.
They've attacked the boards as well. The Sixers have a number of offensive rebounds, which gives them second chance opportunities. They've done a lot of things right.
Embiid locking on to Aldridge.
That's tough.
That's what he does.
Yeah, and that's pretty good defense too.
Embiid, we'll see if he doesn't try to answer personally. He does.
What you can do, I can do better.
11, 7, 3 assists. And a last count, 4 blocks for Joel Embiid here in the first half as Kyle Anderson got to. Warmed up, decided I'm good enough to go. He told Molly that if I could shoot, I'll play. He did, and he is. Ben Simmons defense. Ben Simmons has been terrific defensively all game long. Gets rewarded by J.J. Redick. Can he get it off against the good shot blocker? Pau Gasol, consider it done. I really like his game tonight.
What he's done is do a good job of moving off the ball. He's occupied his defenders. And whenever a guy gets hot and you have to leave him, that's when he's able to take advantage of that.
By the way, his 3rd steal of the game a few moments ago. He is 7th in the NBA in that category. Embiid, that time Forbes scooting and scoring past him. 6'9", having to deal with a 6-footer Patty Mills.
No weak side rotations.
I guess if you see the mismatch, you have to be ready to help, right? Oh, he crammed that through. Joel Embiid, and he was fouled as well. Joining Simmons in the backcourt. Covington, nice spot for Saric, who delivers 2. Good unselfish play by Rocco. I don't think he was with the team yet.
97. Why don't you give it to me?
Well, think of who he was teamed with. Another guy who was going to be a big part of the Sixers' future. Later was traded. 8th turnover. And at this point, I think you could still say only their 8th. Averaging 18.
Well, it gives you a little glimpse into what this team would look like if they value the basketball.
As a reserve. And by the way, no Rashawn Holmes so far tonight. Forbes challenging Simmons, and a foul.
There, but it's another thing to have to jump and then decide where you're going with it. You do have to come down.
Joel Embiid is back to deal with LaMarcus Aldridge. Spurs a tandem.
Man, you in my head. Get out of my head. That was just what I was going to say.
Yeah, they were good.
Brought some energy.
Game.
Well, Roberts just came out of the game. One less shooter on the floor.
San Antonio really energized on the defensive end. Somebody's got to shoot. It's Redick for 3, and down it goes for J.J. Redick. Alarm bells were sounding, and Redick had an answer.
Garbage into gold comes to mind right now.
Dig it. Exactly. Let's make a chicken salad. Oh, Mills is fouled. He's going to go to the line. Half of their total of 10 in this quarter alone.
And you know that the Spurs defense can pick it up a level or 2.
Rashawn Holmes had an alleyway, made good. And Davis Bertans. Good job by Bertans off the bench as Bayless took the feed and got 2. And Saric Covington thought about the three, put it on the floor. It cost him. Anderson, who took it away, able to convert at the other end.
It's more than he lets on.
No doubt. Here are the Spurs now out of the timeout. The Sixer lead at 5. The aforementioned Saric on Anderson, who got it done. Kyle Anderson. Aldridge helping out Forbes on Saric. Great delivery by Bayless to Simmons. Well done by Jared Bayless. 17 in the game for Ben Simmons.
Jared knew what he wanted to do before the pass even came to him. Caught it and found Ben right underneath the bucket.
No doubt. He was like a bumper in a pinball game. Aldridge, nicely delivered by the rookie Derek White. Mills scooting by Covington. Spurs could tie or go ahead with a 3. Their last lead, 4-2. Aldridge taking on Embiid and having his way.
Turnaround fadeaway with just enough space to get that shot over the outstretched arms of Joel. How many times has Aldridge done that in his career?
Locked at 96. Aldridge getting his after a subpar first half. Embiid got it. Simmons trying to keep up with Mills. Embiid helping out. And Aldridge having to slam it back. Simmons trying to keep up with fellow Australian Patty Mills. There's Mills thinking 3. There it is, and down it goes. Redick on Forbes. Aldridge putting it back. Embiid up high. Redick, that's for 2.
He's needed now. He comes up and joins the rest of the offense. Wow.
Oh, beautifully executed out of the timeout by Brett Brown and his coaches. Simmons slamming for 2. The 76ers break a 12-game losing streak against the Spurs for the first time. Brett Brown has beaten Greg Popovich. Now let's go to Molly.
Yeah, 2 months ago, JJ, we stood in this exact spot after a big win over the Pacers. You said this crowd gave you the chills. You've never played in a big, real sports town. So now, how do you best quantify this one and how you guys have evolved since Game 9?
I think we're maturing as a team. The big takeaway from tonight was just our effort, our level of focus, our concentration from the beginning. They were missing some guys. There's a tendency in the NBA to relax a little bit. I thought our focus was great from the start. Give their guys a lot of credit. In San Antonio, they just kept playing and got back in the game. But really pleased with our focus tonight. Yeah,
and with that, after dropping the most points that the Spurs have allowed in the first half all season, what was your approach knowing that they were going to make a run?
Just to keep playing. I mean, we talked about it in the second half when they made their run, just kind of weathering it and continue to play. We knew eventually we would get some stops, and we did. Ben was big for us down the stretch.
You also gave your head coach his first win against his former boss. How about that? You've never missed the postseason, 88 postseason games. What do you guys got to do to get there?
Just keep plugging away. We played through the toughest part of our schedule. We've had some injuries. We won 4 out of our last 5. I like where we're headed.
Sniper JJ, thank you. Mark and Alla.
All right, Molly, we thank you so much. JJ as well, our Chevrolet players of the game tonight. Ben Simmons, who stepped to the line a lot in this one, finishing with 26. Joel Embiid was doubtful, no doubt about it. His team beating the Spurs tonight by 6.